Hi learners, it's great to have you in this video. My name is Vincent, taking you through material testing specifically on the void ratio porosity relationship. And we had started this during our class time, and I'd like us to take it a bit deeper, where we are looking at the void ratio porosity relationship. We said for the purpose of analysis, we represent the components of soil in a phase diagram. So we have the weight relationships, weight relations, and then we have the volume relations. The volume relations. Very good. So if we can ask the question, what is void ratio and porosity? Feel free to pause this video and just think about it. What is void ratio? What is porosity? Welcome back. So void ratio is the ratio of the volume of solids, the volume of voids to the volume of solids. Very good. Sorry about that. It's the ratio of the volume of voids to the volume of solids. Where do we see that? We see that in the phase diagram. The ratio of the volume of voids to the volume of solids. So E is equals to VV over VS. It is denoted as E. Great. Where volume of voids is the volume occupied by the voids, and the volume of solids is the volume occupied by the solids in the soil sample. It is denoted by letter E. So what is porosity? Great. Porosity is the ratio of the volume of voids to the total volume of the soil, V. So what is the total volume of the soil? This is the total volume of the soil. And V is equals to volume of solids plus the volume of water plus the volume of air, which can also be represented as volume of solids plus the volume of voids. It's important for you to see that. Yeah, and always porosity is expressed as a percentage. The big question today is, how do these two parameters relate? So E is given by the volume of voids divided by the volume of solids. That's the void ratio equation. Porosity is given by the volume of voids to the total volume of the soil. So how do these two relate? We can choose one and then we show the relationship to the other. Let's start with the void ratio equation. E is equals to volume of voids divided by the volume of solids. From the previous study, we saw that the volume of voids, the total volume, the volume of soils can also be represented as the total volume less the volume of voids. From what you can see here, this is the phase diagram, this is the total volume. So if I want to obtain the volume of solids, what am I going to say? I'll say the total volume and I less the volume of voids. So let's call this equation 1, this equation 2. So substitute equation 2 to equation 1. What do we get? E is equals to VV divided by V less VV. Good. Feel free to pause the video at any point. Taking the reciprocal so as to allow us to perform simple mathematics, we'll have 1 all over E. Taking the reciprocal, we have 1 over E is equals to V less VV divided by VV. When they have the same denominator, we can separate the components. So we'll have 1 all over E is equals to V over VV less VV all over VV. But V all over VV, realize it is the reciprocal of porosity, is the reciprocal of porosity. So we'll say 1 all over E is equals to 1 all over N less 1 all over 1. Very good. So we can perform simple mathematics here by obtaining the LCM, which will be N. N divided by the first N will be 1 multiplied by 1 is 1 less N divided by 1 is N multiplied by 1 is N. So this is 1 all over E. So taking the reciprocal, you can now take the reciprocal, taking the reciprocal on both sides. On both sides, we get E is equals to N all over 1 minus N. This is the first relationship. This is the first relationship. Pause and rewatch. The second relationship, we can get it from deriving it from the porosity equation, where we have said that N is equals to VV over the total volume, whereas E is the volume of voids to the volume of solids. Very good. N is equals to the volume of voids to the total volume. The total volume, but the total volume can be represented in two ways. We can represent it in the volume of solids plus the volume of voids. As you can see here, the volume of solids plus the volume of voids will give you the total volume V. So replace, let's call this equation 2, call this equation 1. Replace equation 2 in 1. In equation 1, what do we get? N is equals to VV divided by VS plus VV. Yeah, let's take the reciprocal to allow us to perform simple mathematics. Take the reciprocal. So 1 over N will be of equation 3 will be Vs plus Vv divided by Vv, which is the same as saying that Vs all over Vv plus Vv all over Vv plus Vv all over Vv. But Vs all over Vv is the reciprocal of porosity. Of void ratio, sorry, is the reciprocal of void ratio. I hope you can see that, because void ratio is VV all over Vs. So it is the reciprocal of void ratio. So it is 1 all over E. So 1 all over, therefore 1 all over N will be 1 all over E plus the V and V cancels 1 all over 1. Performing simple mathematics, what will we get? The LCM E divided by 1 divided by E, 1 1 plus E divided by 1, E times 1 is E. So we'll have 1 which is equals to E all over 1 plus E. So we can comfortably say that 1 all over N is equals to, from here, 1 plus E all over E. So taking the reciprocal of equation 4 we get N is equals to E all over 1 plus E. This is the second void ratio porosity equation. So very good. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye. All right.